Murder, witchcraft and poltergeist await the most haunted team as we return to Pendle Hill.
Hello and welcome to Most Haunted. On a Halloween live show, we visited two incredible places, Tynedale and Lower Wellhead Farm. Bearing that in mind, I felt that we had to come back and investigate both places. So this week, I've brought you to the first location, Lower Wellhead Farm.
Lying a few short miles northwest of Burnley, this is an area that to this very day is still haunted by a tale from the distant past. In 1612, Lower Wellhead and the land around it was alleged to have played host to witchcraft. This coven was consequently exposed and blamed for the murders of several locals and a groundswell of accusations appearing to seal their fate. Some were acquitted, but many others were hanged in August of that year, and so the legend of the Pendle witches began.
The whole situation around here is strange. I mean, we're talking of 11 people that were tormented, tortured and executed around here. They're believed to have been witches, they're believed to have cast spells on people, murdered people.
All around this building and surrounding land, witches plied their magic, causing death and fear to all in the vicinity. Some say some of their victims still roam this area. Tall, dark shapes have been seen walking around this building, and screams are often heard when there was no one there.
These people, these old ladies, 80-year-old ladies, Chattocks and Demdike, and their families, were probably, to be honest with you, only like neighbours from hell today, or gypsies, travellers. They knew the old-fashioned arts of curing people, of curing animals, and probably there was nothing more than that. Remember that those people didn't read newspapers, didn't watch television, didn't listen to the radio, and they had far more power, I believe, in their minds then than we have now.
Dark shadows have been seen taking shape in the middle of the dining room, and then they slowly vanish through the wall. Many people have the experience of feeling like they're being strangled, and they also hear whispering.
But you must remember that after what happened to them, and they were hanged under dreadful circumstances, strangled to death, taking at least a quarter of an hour to die, then I would think that now their spirits have become very evil. And that's why things have happened here, that's why things do happen here. And I shudder to think what might happen tonight.
This bedroom is said to be home to a mischievous spirit that likes to open and close drawers and snatch doors out of people's hands. This actually happened to a member of our crew on a previous visit. What's happened?
This door.
What do you mean, this door?
Both me and Carl are in here. It's really, really cold. And the door pushed.
Are you joking?
Closed. I had hold of it.
You all right?
It's scary today.
So are these strange activities and apparitions caused by the Pendle witches and their victims, or is something else at work here? We have 24 hours to find out.
Another interested onlooker on that fateful autumn evening was parapsychologist Kieran O'Keefe, who is well aware of the rationale behind this investigation.
What happened at the live, there was a lot of things that happened in very quick succession. There was a noise heard outside of the room.
What's that?
There was a glass moving.
Please make this glass move as a sign of yes that you are...
There was something apparently touching Kath's head.
Oh, John, something's just grabbed Kath's head.
Call it down.
Jeez.
Here we go, Derek.
There was a possession.
Derek, come forward.
Normally on an investigation, if one of those things happens, we'll go and investigate it. And I think just because it all happened at the same time, it almost it exaggerated it. It gave it more emphasis.
I want something to happen more than anything, but I just feel so cosy. I feel like I put my feet up and have a cup of tea. Yeah. Too comfortable, in fact, but we shall see. You never know.
It's good for this investigation that we feel this way, because then it means we can discount any possibility of suggestion or just, you know, this anxiety and fear that normally comes with an investigation that almost creates or makes us misinterpret things as paranormal when they're not. But like I said before, from a psychologist's point of view, at least in this sort of situation, there is no suggestion, there's no anxiety, there's no fear. If there are any slight noises, then the reaction to it will be more objective. It's only when you get the extreme phenomena will there actually be, you know, more of an anxious, fearful reaction to it.
Psychics Derek Acora and David Wells have joined us in Lancashire, but unlike other investigations, on this occasion both have had first-hand experience of the apparent malevolence that these scenic hills hold. Would Halloween return to haunt us? It was time to step back into Lower Wellhead Farm.
Did you remember this, Derek?
I can't remember the actual content of the investigation as such because I can't retain that a lot. But since coming back into the atmosphere from the residual energy, I feel, well, it's been not repeated, but it's coming back to me now. Not nice. Not nice. In fact, I feel there is one particular not so nice, nasty, intentional spirit person that seems to be grounded here.
Right.
And it's because of him, and I say him, male, it's because of him I feel possibly a lot of ghostly, if that's the right word, as people would call it, activities have happened in this building, in this home. This is unusual for me to get this like trepidation, this feeling of, hey, what's going to happen here? What's going to happen? There's most certainly people, souls, who actually died, left the physical body with this area.
Do you want to go forward into that?
Can we?
Yeah.
It's a number of souls that were actually lost their lives, something to do with this property. I feel this like caged feeling. It's like as if, the only way I can describe it, it's like as if people being brought in and thrown into like a cell situation. It's like souls being trapped and then, you know, screaming out. In this building there should be a lot of sounds heard by the naked ear, like screeching and screams and, you know, trodden walking like this. And that would be him walking up and down, and he's just absolutely wanting to hurt, not just like be jailer. He's wanting to hurt, and it's his badness. It's his badness that is still localised here, grounded.
What time period would you put him at and when this cruelty happened?
Come on, Sam, put it into my mind's eye. That could be late 1500 and something, leading into 1600s.
Okay.
And he was a cruel soul. I feel as we walk through, maybe he'll follow.
Do you want to go upstairs now?
I'd love to go.
Okay.
I'd love to see what these mental images they're giving me.
Yeah.
Okay.
For an area usually associated with tales of witchcraft, we were all interested by Derek's sensing of a dominant male energy on the farm's ground floor. So would he or any others still exist as we moved up to the first floor?
The different picture of this room now is of a number of cells. You know, very small, cramped rooms. That small, you know, how can I put it? It's like as if they go right across where this was.